around. Just want to give credit to Fight Hub TV providing the video footage for me. I mean, awesome channel. Check them out if you already haven't. I'm sure you know who they are. But anyhow, let's get to the question. We just got news that Crawford's going to take Israil Madrinoff. I apologize if I haven't pronounced that correctly. But we got news that this is his next fight. So I gotta ask the question: is Bud ducking Boots Ennis? And I don't know how you can't say yes. Okay. Now you guys know me. Before the Spence fight, I was preaching about Terrence Crawford. I was one of the few people saying he was going to dog walk Earl Spence, which he did. I was one of the few people saying he was the pound for pound best fighter in the world. I was one of the few people saying that people aren't seeing how skilled and technical he is. Stop focusing on the resume. Pay attention to what he's doing in the ring. Okay, himself. And quite a few people listened. Okay, and I still think he is the pound for pound best fighter in the world. But I call it like I see it, you guys. He's ducking Boots Ennis. He's ducking him. Now, just because you're ducking doesn't mean you're scared. I don't think Terrence Crawford is scared of Boots Ennis, but he's not looking for that fight. And don't take it from my word, take it from his word. Take it from his trainer's mouth. Crawford's on the back of his career. He wants bigger name fighters. He wants to, make big money, get more credibility on his resume. Okay? And I'm cool with that. I was cool if he could find a fight with Canelo Alvarez or with Charlo or with Fundora or a rematch with Spence because he wanted a bigger name and he wanted a big payday. But you didn't get it. And you told me that's what you're looking for and that's why you're not taking on Boots because Boots doesn't bring anything to the table. But now you're taking on a guy who to me is less known than Boots. You're going to get less credibility on your resume than Boots. I don't know if you're going to make any money with that fight. Okay? I don't know if you make any more money with that fight than taking on Boots. Now, I will say this. Maybe Crawford and his team are trying to build up a fight with Boots. Maybe they're trying to build up Boots a little bit more. There is a narrative starting to come with these two, right? Terrence is ducking. Boots wants the smoke. Maybe they're trying to build something. And maybe another great performance by Boots can start to draw a crowd. But until Boots gets that big name, I highly doubt it. But where I'm kind of confused, okay, by Crawford is you said you wanted the big name and the big payday fight, which I was cool with. You earned that. You didn't get it though. So why not give us the fight with Boots? Okay? Why not give us the fight with Boots? Instead you go Madrinoff. And to me that doesn't make sense. From what you were saying, why you weren't willing to take that fight with Boots. Same with Canelo. Canelo's sitting here saying, "Oh, I don't want to face another Mexican fighter, and that's why I'm not facing David Benavidez." And now he's facing Jaime Munguia, who's his next door neighbor. At least David Benavidez is a Mexican American. But now you're taking on your next door neighbor, somebody who's I'm not saying David Benavidez is authentically Mexican. I'm just saying Jaime Munguia is probably born in Mexico. A genuinely, authentically born Mexican fighter. You said you don't want to take on Mexican fighters, but now I don't get it. Okay, and Crawford's now kind of doing the same thing, saying stuff that's kind of contradicting. And it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, man. And for the hardcore Crawford fans who are trying to, I can't understand you guys. Because hear a lot of you saying why Crawford shouldn't face Boots. Aren't you a boxing fan first? Are you so much a fan of another man that you're going to try to vouch for him when he doesn't need you to vouch for him? When he doesn't even know you or care about you? At the end of the day, we're boxing fans. Why are you fighting so hard not to see great fights? That's crazy. Boots and Crawford is a great fight. It's probably a fight that we can't even comprehend how entertaining it would be. We have two switch hitters, two big punchers, okay, with high knockout ratios, two high IQ guys, two guys who are naturally born boxers. I can't imagine this matchup. It wouldn't make sense. I think this fight would be what Crawford and Spence was supposed to be. One young buck who's coming up in the game and one veteran, okay, going up against each other. This is a dream matchup. But yet you hardcore Crawford fans are telling me why it shouldn't happen. This is crazy. Don't you want to see great fights? And if you're convinced that Crawford is going to clean the slate with him, then why are you vouching so much not to see the fight? I understand Crawford wants bigger money. Okay, I understand Crawford wants credibility, but you didn't get that. So why not face Boots? Because you will get more credit facing Boots and probably more money. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but more money facing Boots than you would Madrinoff. So now it just looks like you're playing it safe. Okay? Which means it's a duck. Boxing fans are the only fans that will make an argument not to see a great matchup, which is crazy to me. UFC fans don't do that. And the UFC doesn't do that. Great fights happen. They don't have these conversations about whether we're ever going to get these matchups. Make it make sense, man. Why are you arguing not to see this fight with Crawford and Boots? Why? Don't you want to see it? And people tell me, oh, well, Crawford will ruin his career. How is that? How is getting in the ring as a young gun who's trying to build experience and become great, how is that going to be a detriment, even if he gets knocked out? Okay? As far as I'm concerned, Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather early on in his career. Did that ruin his career? No. He actually became better because he learned the value of head movement. After that fight, Canelo's head movement drastically improved because he saw what it was like to face a great experienced fighter, and he learned things from that fight. When he lost to Bivol, was his career over? No. Still the biggest attraction in boxing. So how would a fight with Crawford ruin his career? If anything, I think it would make him better. Okay? It would only make him better. So this argument, well, he's not ready. How is he not ready? He's been boxing his whole life. He's been born into boxing. He just comes from a family of boxing. How's he not ready? Was Mike Tyson not ready when he became the youngest heavyweight champion of the world by that logic? Was he not ready to face Larry Holmes and Spinks because they were veterans? That's crazy. Make it make sense. You boxing fans are silly. You're silly. This is a great fight. This is a great matchup. This is a dream matchup. Let's see it. Let's clamor for it because it will happen if we clamor for it. Instead of fighting for a man that you don't even know. Fight for the sport to keep it alive. I mean, we've been fortunate these last several years. We've been getting a lot of fights. Thank you to Turkey Al Sheikh, right? They've been throwing money at the problem, and we've been getting some pretty damn good fights. But at the end of the day, this is a duck. I call it like I see it, as much as I preached for Crawford in the past. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe. Thank you to Fight Hub TV. Is Crawford ducking Boots? Peace.